I'm Rachael Devroy. I'm a farrier and equine dental tech for miniature horses and donkeys. I have been doing this for 21 years now. And this has really been my life's passion, working with miniature horses from the time I became an adult and went through horse college. So it began actually when I was 11 years old working with Belgian draft horses, and I actually showed horses for a man who lives just around the corner from where this house is now, and some of the horses I showed still live there. However, when I went to horse college, I went through the training and riding instruction programs at Meredith Manor International Equestrian Center, and in particular when I went, I knew I wanted to be a farrier. At that point, I really thought I only wanted to work with Belgian draft horses. So when I went, I was drawn to all the draft horses in the school program. And I absolutely just have fallen in love with donkeys, and I never would have even imagined when I, again, was working with horses that it would have transferred into donkeys, and how very sweet and affectionate and kind they are. A couple of things that are unique to donkeys from horses, this is getting into a little bit of a scientific aspect. Their blood seems to be a little bit different, even though they're of the same genus. So they seem to be more sensitive to flies, and their teeth are a little bit softer, so that's something the donkeys do need their teeth done quite often. Their feet are different than horses in the sense that they are narrow and they grow a lot of heel. So that is a different way that they have to be trimmed. Over the years I had to perfect, of course, the way that they need that. So Bucky is going to get his hoof trimmed, and let's see. So as you can see, they have long, narrow feet, and they grow a lot more heel than toe. So this is the heel, and it's quite long, and as you can see here, the toe doesn't have a whole lot of extra growth. So that part, we start with the heel on a donkey to trim them. And they're just the way that their feet are, their structure is, and the shape, they're kind of supposed to have a little more heel. So you follow the hoof around. It's just like trimming our nails almost, but it's bigger on a donkey, of course. So right now I'm trimming the excess hoof, and then we clean it up just a little bit. These are what are called the bars of the feet. That's the frog right here, the soft spot in the center. So we're clearing that up. The parts here are the commissures, which is usually if they get poop or anything packed in there. That's where it is, down in there. And then we rasp to smooth out the hoof and make sure that the heels are even. And then we go around the edges to smooth it out and round it a little bit so that they don't chip as much, especially in the summer months when they're stomping flies.
I think
That's about it. I am an avid reader throughout my life. I have read, always I'm reading actually. As a child, I remember reading the series Flowers in the Attic, and that was one of my favorites that I read. As an adult, my favorite book is Tao of Equus, and that's by Linda Koenoff. And truly, that has been something that has created so much inspiration in my life. and I love everything about that book, so I highly recommend it, and I've read it a couple of times.